Please welcome Dr. Sharon Whittaker-Davis.
You have been charged with the crime of infiltrating a crime-ridden, troubled, apathetic, lethargic, stressed society by enrolling as students at Calhoun Community College, rendering you powerful, responsible, and capable of great social impact in your community and world, as examples of excellence with unstinting use of your brain and energies to make a difference and lead by example. As punishment for the aforementioned offenses, you have been summoned to the, what is this building? This is the gymnasium. All right. For the 4th annual Fall Student Success Symposium as a last opportunity before prosecution. As additional punishment, you must listen and interact with me in the next few minutes as your consultant. You will be offered additional opportunities to avoid further prosecution by opening your hearts and your minds to reflect on your level of commitment and motivation to be here at Calhoun Community College. Good morning. It's amazing that we breathe 18 times per minute, 26,000 times daily, and that on a daily basis, God has blessed us with 86,400 seconds. So let us take one of those seconds right now and just say, thank you. I'm grateful to have my king, my partner, my husband, my protector, the hot sauce on my chicken wings and the butter in my grits and the jam on my toast with me this morning. Mr. Frank Davis, would you please stand? I'm also grateful to be on the campus of CCC. It is a real treat for me. I give special recognition to your president, Dr. Marilyn Beck, and to Dr. Hermit Carter for certainly inviting me here. I want to thank Mr. Jimmy Duke for the fine introduction. You should know that everything Mr. Duke said about me is true, but I owe it all to an awesome God and to a wonderful set of parents from Gary, Indiana, to my mentors throughout my career. Let me begin by telling you that I'm here to sell you something. I say that in the offset because nothing in and of itself sells itself. It has to be demonstrated, described, or otherwise impressed upon your consciousness. I'm here to sell you on some motivational principles that I have espoused for over 30 years. I've seen them work and I know what they can do. And I believe I know what they can do for you, but what they will be worth to you will be your decision. Let me begin by asking you, what is success? And if we had time and went around the room, I'm sure at some point we would sense that success is getting what you want. I want you to do something for me. Would you please raise your right hand? Thank you. Now, why did you do that? Can I move around with this mic? I'm feeling restricted. Why did you do it? Because I asked. Did anyone else have another reason? Because I asked nicely. Thank you very much. Why else may you have done it? Why else may you have done it? Because everyone else did it? Absolutely. Why else? Because you're great. You're motivated. Now do something else for me. Please stand. Thank you. You may be seated. Now, why did you do that? Now, some of you didn't stand as quickly as you raised your hand. Why is that? You said what now? You're lazy. Now, again, every statement I didn't make, I didn't call you lazy, she did. Okay. Why else may you not have done it? I'm sorry? Okay, I was asking you to get a response, so you responded. Okay, It took more effort, did it not? Okay, now would you please stand and look up under your chairs. Now, bleachers, you can't do this, but those on the ground, stand and look up under your chairs. What if I told you there's some money up underneath the chairs? When you find the money, please raise it. There's literally money underneath the chairs. No, it's money underneath the chairs. Yes, stand, because they don't believe me. Stand up. It's more money than that up underneath the chairs. Now, money is not always a motivator. And perhaps before the end of the session, you'll find the rest of the money. You found one, didn't you? Yes. And nobody on this side found any, right? Yes. But money is not always a motivator, but it certainly can be an incentive. Now, what did I do to make you act? I didn't really do anything, did I? I didn't come and make you stand up. All I did was create an environment for you to motivate yourself. And that's what the staff and administrators will be doing or have been doing, is to create that environment for you to become motivated yourself. Clearly, that is what we want you to do, and I'm going to focus on a lot of that in this particular presentation. Success is not always what you see. Motivation is an intangible ingredient, the reason or cause that propels us to act or move to achieve a specific result, a desire to act to reach your goals. If you really get up and give it your best effort, you never know just how much greatness you have inside of you. A successful student will be motivated. I have an illustration that says motivation is like popcorn. I am a connoisseur of popcorn. My husband will tell you that. And I have brought forth the purpose of demonstration. Often when I do this, I give everybody a kernel. And if you look at the bottle of kernels, on the surface they look the same, all alike. But upon close examination, you will find that there are a lot of differences. Again, all of you are students of Calumet Community College, but again, upon close examination, you're majoring in various things that we reflect society. I don't know if you know about it, but there's yellow popcorn, there's white popcorn, and there's even black popcorn, and it's delicious. Imagine, if you will, that we are popping popcorn, and each of you are a kernel. Get that vision in your mind. You are a kernel. Now, what do we need? I like to pop popcorn fresh on the stove. What do I need first? I need a pot first, right? We put all the kernels in the pot. And then what does it need? Yeah, clearly we need a stove and a pot. But what do we need in the pot? We need some oil, and that oil is some energy, and it's some enthusiasm. And when that oil gets on all those kernels, what happens? I mean, think about it. You're a kernel. You're in there with me now. What's happening? We're rubbing shoulders with each other. What's happening? What happens? One kernel decides it's going to jump, don't it? A metamorphosis takes place, and it cannot remain in its original form. Now, did we have the same opportunity? We had the same opportunity, didn't we? However, some of us chose to pop this much. Some chose to pop this much. Some this much. And if I could get to the bottom of this pot, some of you will choose not to pop at all. There's some kernels in here that's burned out. We got to be careful that we don't burn ourselves out. But we got to remain fresh. And again, knowing again that it was from the inside. Big changes come from the inside. All growth and progress, again, comes from within. And so I would like to quickly go through My ABCs for success for you. A, you knew I was going to start there, and I heard administrators speak of it today, in terms of your attitude. It means absolutely everything. It's priceless. We've got to remove from our vocabulary such words and phrases as cannot, unable, impossible, out of the question, hopeless, and replace it to I can, I will, I want to, I choose to, I've decided to. We are what we think, we are what we do. I love the story of the little baseball player who had gone to a field to play with some big guys, and he had his hat all pushed to the side, and he had gotten a new bat and a new ball, and he was going along. He said, hey, I want to play baseball with y'all. And so he threw up his ball, and he swung, and he missed, but he went and picked his ball up again. And they said, whose team am I going to be on? Y'all choosing sides. Who am I going to be on? What team am I going to be on? And they said, get away from me, Squirt. You can't play with us. You're too little. And he was feeling a little rejection, of course, but he kept walking around. He said, well, I guess I go back home. And he threw up his ball. I'm going to be the greatest baseball player that ever lived. And he threw up his ball. He swung at it. He missed. He threw it up again. He swung at it. He missed. But he said, wow, what a pitcher. It was his attitude. It was his attitude. We are bombarded with a lot of negativity. I need a volunteer. Thank you. Uh-oh. My husband's going to help me here. No. No, you're my volunteer. You're going to stand here.
Shoes.
Thank you so much. Some books. Here's some books. We're going to give her some books. Give her a lot of them.
Oh, no.
You may have to come back and get some more. Now we're going to pretend, and just hang tight for a minute. Give me some more. We're going to pretend that these books are negativity. Look at her expression, of course. Now what's happening to her? She's getting weighed down. That's what negativity does. And she's losing her ability to focus. It's hard for her to look up to it for encouragement, is it not? It puts her off balance and unable to stand firm. Being a student is not for the faint of heart or individuals who allow negativity. Take them from me, honey. Thank you so much for being I have to give you something after this. Okay, thank you. Thank you so very much. But that's what negativity does. And so you don't want to be, you want to think every day. You know, when I was working at Illinois State University, I lived in a building that had 22,000 people who lived in the building. And I lived on the 9th floor. And I would make a vote just to see how many people I could get to be positive and to look upon their day as very positive. And I would walk from my building to my office, and I would just say, good morning, and good morning. You'd be surprised at people who would not respond. And so I said, that's okay. They're chosen not to have a good day, but I'm going to have a wonderful day. And again, we've got to pray that prayer to take all this negativity away from us. We're constantly being told what we lack, what we've lost, or what our limitations are. We've got to give ourselves room to make mistakes. It's okay, but your attitude will matter in your life. Make every day amazingly beautiful. Set your intentions. Don't let anybody bust your bubble or burst your bubble. We want to look upon every day. Be happy, resilient, thoughtful, graceful, generous, compassionate, and you will graduate. I want everybody, if you would, to please stand for me one more time. And I want you to repeat after me. Please repeat after me and say it as loud as you can. Say your first name. Come on, we can do better than that. I'm great. I am a unique, new kind of student that Calhoun Community College has never before seen and will never see the likes of again. I was born to do well. I was born with DNA to succeed. I was born to bless others' lives. I was born to be great because I've got what it takes to be great. I am the only one that ever was or ever will be, and God doesn't make any jump. I can't lose with the stuff I use. I am the beginning and the end of the phenomena called me. I am irreplaceable. I'm enthusiastic. I'm optimistic. I'm organized. Now, some of you are lying, I know, but that's okay. We're going to get this right. I'm a hard worker. I'm a child of a higher power. I'm a big thinker. I'm wonderful, awesome, marvelous, extra special, first rate, exceptional, outrageous, surprising, and above all else, humble. And blessed as I am with all these qualities, there is absolutely positively nothing I cannot do with God's help. Give yourself a back clap. You can be seated. I give myself that commercial every day that I step into my office. I am amazing, and so are you. And you have to know that about yourself. Be determined and focused and victorious and unstoppable. Know your worth, so that you can tell everybody in this community, I am somebody. What is my C? You can read that, but you've got to choose your friends and those you associate with widely. You will become what they are. Consistent hard work gains success. If you will be consistent, go to class regularly, study regularly. Some people have the right aim in life, but they never pull the trigger. If you treat school like a full-time job and give it 40 to 50 hours a week, each week, you'll graduate. The difference between the impossible and the possible lies in a person's determination. Too many people itch for things they aren't willing to scratch for. You've got to be determined to do this thing. Again, don't be afraid to be different. Different if it means having higher and personal standards of behavior and putting more into your tasks to make it happen. It's important that we study differences, value differences, celebrate and understand differences until differences among us makes no difference. Another D, of course, is discipline. It's the bridge between goals and accomplishment. I've discovered that it's self-discipline that guides behavior for the common good. Disciplined students graduate. Develop the discipline to do things that are going to make you feel good about yourself, as opposed to just doing things that make you feel good. There is a difference. A lot of things make us feel good, but it may not make us feel good about ourselves. And of course, dance, have fun, relax, find the balance, spend time with your family and friends, work hard, but play hard. You need to know also that if you can find the balance between studying and fun, you will graduate. If you don't remember anything else I say in this presentation, I want you to remember this statement. An excuse is an abuse of your potential. An excuse is an abuse of your potential. Continue to demand more of yourself and don't make the excuses that you see on the screen. My F, of course, is for failure. Never let success get to your head, but never let failure, what is it? Never let failure get to your heart, okay? Hang in there. You got to begin anew. We all fail. We all get that bad grade on an exam, but we have to get up and keep going and understand that failure is our opportunity to begin again anew. I define failure as first attempt in learning. With every adversity, there is growth. I love this particular slide that says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Fear and faith cannot coexist. If you haven't already discovered, you will discover that there will come a time in your life when your beliefs and everything you claim to stand for will be tested. If you don't have the strength in yourselves, then you must have enough faith to believe in the source of the strength to help you do what you believe you cannot do by and for yourself. Faith is greater than mountains and trials and any giant that will surround you, any fears within you, any handicaps that you might have. Faith is the bearing of the soul to go further than the natural eye can see. Hey you, calm down. God's got this. Quit tripping. It's going to be okay. Now I want to do something. I need my helpers. If you have a piece of paper and a pen, will you take it out? A paper and a pen. Everybody, if you have a paper and pen, take it out. And for those of you who don't have, we have somebody come in to give you one. You may not can read that because I can barely read it, but it says, if you had one wish, what would it be? I mean, if you really could have a particular thing, or there's a goal that you have that you truly want to accomplish, what is it? And I want you to write it down on that piece of paper.